to me right now are obviously the match that we're going to be going over with the Southern Illinois Cougars taking on the University of Illinois. It's kind of that little in-state rivalry going on there. It's going to be a banger of a matchup, but also, like you said, our number one seed, the St. Clair Saints, will be taking on Newberry Esports, who the only person that Newberry actually did lose to was their Cougars, who we're just about to be watching today. So an interesting thing, just because Newberry and St. Clair got stuck in the same bracket, they end up at that 1-8 spot. Newberry, though, only dropping one match yesterday, so that's something we could look at here. It's a very good team and a little bit of a tough draw for the St. Clair Saints to draw that in round one against a team that didn't even go negative yesterday. 2-1. That's not a bad record heading into Championship Sunday through pool play. So just exciting scenes around the bracket today, man. And then obviously our match we're about to go over here. Any early predictions with our match personally that were between our Illinois State rivalry here?
Yeah, I think the Cougars, they've got some star players that you can look at, some definite standouts across the board on that squad. And then on top of that, you've also got the fact that they are that higher seed going into this one, I believe. So I think that is another thing to consider, but we'll see what Illinois can do. Obviously, Dan Ghosty hailing from that program in the past. They've definitely got a good succession of players, as my guess. So I'm curious to see how they do because we did not watch them yesterday. So there's definitely potential here for them to win this round one matchup as well. I would say this one's more of a coin toss. I don't really know what to predict, honestly. I think this map one will give us a better idea, though, of who's coming out the gates a bit stronger.
Well, here's my problem with the University of Illinois right now. Obviously, losing Dan Ghosty could be a really big thing for them. But, taking out a look at their record yesterday, I got it pulled up right here. They lose 2-1 to the Akron Zips, who are right now currently our third seed. So not a bad loss there. But then, they win 2-0 against the Buckeye Academy and 2-0 against Thrine Thunder, who both got sent home in pool play yesterday. So, they win the games they're supposed to, but it seems like maybe in these big matches, they can tend to struggle a little bit. And on the side of the Southern Illinois Cougars, you win against Baldwin Wallace yesterday, and you also are the only team that beats Newberry, and they 2-0 them. So it's a pretty big win for them on that side of the ball. So I'm kind of excited to see in this bigger matchup who can win it. I think I would actually lean more towards the Cougars. I think they played a little bit of a tougher competition yesterday, obviously losing to Ohio University 2-1. We saw how well Ohio played against some of these teams yesterday, had a really good break in Hardpoint. So it was really back and forth for me there, but I gotta lean the edge to the Cougars here going into it, just because I think they've played tougher competition in pool play, been through a couple bigger of a gruelers of those matches, and I think that's sometimes what you really need here heading into Championship Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. I think you look at the way that the Cougars still kind of round things out with that 66.6% win rate. That's definitely a confident stat there when you go into the next one, considering the fact that you actually only just played a couple matches too. So we'll see how things go here as you start to really talk about that momentum game as you move forward in the day, keeping that same energy, keeping that same gameplay on a consistent level and state. And also, I think in general, you look at the side of Illinois, they did have a tougher pool. They did have to go up against Zips, who got that 100% win-loss. So, that's another thing to consider as well. It's that bigger pool. We'll see how it goes, though. University of Illinois is still sitting at that 66% win rate themselves as well. So this one does look pretty even on board in that department, but there are a lot of specific stats to kind of compare. So we'll see how things go, but I believe we are going to check out the maps now, see what this series has laid out for us. It'll be interesting to check out what we've got on the board here for our match number one of the day. We're moving to best of fives, and it's going to start off with a Fortress.
I mean, look at that Fortress, Hardpoint, Fortress control right off the bat, man. I mean, that tells me that these guys are going to be coming out. They're going to be playing fast. They're going to be playing really crazy, man. Dude, that Fortress control, it gets through again. Like we said yesterday, it's not gone just yet. It's going to be here to make some lasting impacts. We also have that Asilo S&D, then Hotel Hardpoint if we get there, and then again, if we get there, that Map 5 Mercado S&D. Epiphany, I think all eyes are going to be on that Map 3. We know how bad it can get for the offensive side, man. And with it being the swing map, it really could change the complexion of the series.
Yeah, for sure. And you look at the way that this one could go. It's that 11 versus 21 SIUE Cougars, University of Illinois. And, at this point, like we were talking about, we were kind of debating who's going to come out on top of this one. The Cougars with that higher seed, but we will discover now what happens. And player cams from production. Okay. I like that. I tipped that to you guys.
Here we go, Epiphany. We are starting out this one. Player cams hopping on board. The SIUE Cougars taking on the University of Illinois here. Big one, and D-Day comes out big with a two-piece off the bat. Mata and Tommy following it right back there. But that's going to be time going the way of the Cougars here at the start of this one.
Yep, and you can see that initial spawn for the Cougars there in the backside. That gunfight between number 8 and number 2 coming up. It's going to be incredibly important. That's Slow-Mo able to lock things down continuously here for the Cougars. Big for those P2 implications. However, University of Illinois able to compensate possibly by getting onto P1 here, getting some of that time. It's going to be Tommy on the point. Tommy still holding things down as University of Illinois continue to get the time to tick in their favor. Tommy, a good lockdown. Mata, though, trying to push things up. A big kill to lock things in possibly here towards the backside. D-Day, though, able to hold the line strong. Now Shuffy trying to line things up himself. A massive gunfight. There it is. Locking it down. University of Illinois. Good time there on P1. Now a good rotation. Wow. You didn't win the gunfight before against Slow-Mo, but now you compensate. You get that team push going through the backside. Now you get those spawns on lock. Slow-Mo taken care of yet again. And this should be University of Illinois getting the time, but as I say that, Cougars a great front side break.
Yeah, they come right in through the front side while they're so worried about the push from the back. Great distraction in the back. They've completely flipped around these spawns with about 30 seconds left. But now they have got to defend against the front push as well. They go down a couple, and that will be University of Illinois right back on the point. And Tommy and Madra look like they're going to be going ahead, trying to rotate over to this P3 as continuing to get kills on the point is Scuffy right now. And continuing to hold down this scrap. Beautiful shots out of Tommy. And right now, the University of Illinois looking really well here. We know how big this P3 can get, especially if you go down big through the first 2 hard points. So we'll have to see what happens here as we head into P3. But looking at your mini-map right here, it does look like the University of Illinois are on these rotations, and they are getting the kills. Tommy's spinning around like a top right now, finding all the kills. D-Day does take care of him, but so far it is all blue in the kill feed.
All blue in the kill feed, and the Cougars looking to find a way to get the rotation over towards P3, but that is harder done than said. As you can see, the rotation being locked in for Illinois. 30 seconds left here on P3. And so far, the time ticking in their favor as the Cougars, they look to find a way to break on in. Still a difficult task, though, as Anchor, though, able to find one alongside Slow-Mo. Trying to break his way on forward, though. The gunfight still going blue in the feed as Illinois, they continue to slay on out here. 4 minutes 40 on the clock, all paused. University of Illinois not letting any of that time go to waste.
I mean, the Cougars are in a blender right now, man. I mean, they're attacking old with 15 seconds left, only having one guy rotate to new. They do have a good rotation here, but look at this. Exy and company are already coming around the backside. They set this up well. It'd be a good break. It does happen to be a good hold, though, off the break for the Cougars. So, I mean, right now, the Cougars down by a lot here, almost 100 points. They do have control of this P4 and looking to make a comeback here. 3 dead in the feed in Epiphany. This is a good start for them, and it's exactly what they need if they want to try to find themselves back into this one, having Illinois spawn on the other side of the map.
Cougars, a massive flurry of kills. That's going to be 4 in the feed for them as they get the rotation over towards P4. 30 seconds, a bit less than to go here as they look to get that time and lessen that margin that University of Illinois has on them. It's going to be 20 seconds left on the board now as Big Country look at a slate towards the bottom side, taken down by Mata. As that is going to be the possible front side break. D-Day, he's looking to slay towards top side rails, though, and maybe this is the opportunity here for Illinois to find a break on forward. Tommy, though, resting over towards P2. The rotation towards the backside. That's a massive kill that he wins versus number 1. That's going to be 7 in the back. Trying to play for those implications of the P1, P2 spawns. As Cougars, they look to break onto P5 right now. It's going to be 12 and 7 for D-Day. Looking to help out on the front side here. Shuffy on the hill. And you can also see players taken care of, though. D-Day looking to line up for the next one. No dice on that just yet. Tommy, though, he's here ready to clean up. It's going to be a vacant hill as Cougars, they look to find a way to get on in here. They've lessened that margin a bit. But still, University of Illinois, a dominant lead.
Yeah, Big Country right now on a 5 spree does get taken off of that, though. That would have been big if Cougars could try to get into the cruise missile. Not going to happen. Looking at our leaderboard right here, Slow-Mo has got to pick it up for his team right now. 2-11, not the start you want to see out of him. He goes down again, and right now, can Big Country make a play from the back? He does take out one. Only 11 seconds left on this hard point, though, so they're going to have to go ahead and think about those P1 and, like you said, to P2 spawns. XE does get taken out by Big Country. He's having himself a game right now, 17-11, trying to do everything he can to close this lead that the University of Illinois has accumulated. And right now, Epiphany, gunfights just continuing to go mixy. Kinstripes in the kill feed. Right now, the Cougars do have control of the point, but right now, also on the wrong side of spawns, XC and Scuffy get to combine. Slow-Mo with one back. Mata over the top, trying to see what he can find. But right now, Epiphany, it's just so mixy, and the University of Illinois just continues to keep their foot on that gas pedal and continuing to accrue time. They're fine with taking this P1 time here. I mean, any time is good time for them, up almost 100 points.
Yeah, you saw number 4 get through that backside there. That allowed them to get those spawns, but now Illinois looking to compensate. Number 7 finds that big kill, 6 as well in the back. 171-98, the current score line, as time looking to tick for University of Illinois here in the last few seconds. But the nades come through, a big trade. And now Cougars, they're going to have to find their way through the backside. They do exactly that. They get onto P2. A perfect, flawless rotation looking to be set up for them. You get a full 60 here, Matt. You can really inch up on that scoreline, despite the margin that was had earlier by Illinois. I mean, this is where it can get real bad for Illinois if they're not able to get the break off here, so you got to play it careful. Mata able to kick things off with a big nade onto Big Country. Slow-Mo in the backside taking care of University of Illinois. They're making the rounds. They're finding their way through. Anchor trying to anchor the point himself. As he's able to do so. A nade and a lineup for a kill. That's going to be massive for the Cougars. They hold on here strong. But now he's the only man left up on the point. The pressure's starting to mount. Tommy, this is a gunfight that is all yours to win, but you almost oh my goodness, he dies there. But University of Illinois, I don't know how you don't get that break. Anchor completely taking care of business on that hill, and that is exactly what the Cougars needed heading into P3.
Exactly what the doctor had prescribed right here, man. 172, 157 now. It is on to P3 for the University of Illinois. A full 60 here might put the dagger in them, but can they complete the hold? This would have to be a very good break from the Cougars. It has to be calculated. It has to be a team push, but they're all getting taken out. All of blue.
University of Illinois. Good time. So far, so good here on P3 as you look to compensate for Cougars. Good hold by Anchor. 22-14 out of Big Country right now. Putting in the work for this Cougars squad as he looks to continue to slay out towards the front side. Look at Tommy as well. Looking to be that anchor on the hill this time around. Cougars, though, they find the last 15 seconds. It's going to be all about that rotation towards P4. Here on this second set, University of Illinois is looking to set up towards the top side. D-Day, though, making sure to deny them entry. This is a massive position for Cougars. You do not want to get taken care of. You want to play your life. You get taken down, though. But, yeah, hey, just in time for Anchor to be here. He's able to get that big kill to kick things off. Now the next one on the hill taken care of. It's going to be University of Illinois crumbling on that setup for P4. Cougars, they have that rotation. They have that setup. 46 seconds to go. University of Illinois has got to find a way to find the kills, get the break. Eggsy, the first one to do it.
And Eggsy almost from the back as well. I don't know if he knows he's about to get wrapped here. Eggsy just trying to be a menace and a beautiful read as well. 30 seconds left in this hard point, but the Cougars still hold strong. Big Country popping in 28-15 for him. Give him the 5 spree as well. Big Country going off right now, looking for that cruise missile. He sees a player. Can he complete it right here? It would be so big for them, especially heading into B5 on Blacksmith. 12 seconds left on this hill. The 200-point mark could be crossed for the Cougars right here. Big Country just looking for one player, trying to play his life for this streak. Now only a few points separate our two teams here. Big Country trying to get out of the way, stunned right here. We're loving this POV as he's trying to secure this cruise missile somehow, but right now, the problem is the time is going the way of University of Illinois, 2:22, but the break, right as I say that, comes through. Tommy as well, though, trades one back. Slow-Mo on one on him. Trades going everywhere. Epiphany pinstripes in the kill feed. Non-stop action right now.
It's chaos on the hill. University of Illinois, they can feel the win here on map number 1, but it is not done yet. 28 seconds to go here on P5 and declining as Cougars, they look to find the break on in. Tommy still here over towards green, now taking care of a slow-mo. Starting to maybe heat things up a bit towards the latter half. 16 and 25, though, still trying to be on the same wavelength as his teammates. But that's massive,
beautiful.
Matt.
That's
you
beautiful.
Get the 4 down in the feed if you're Cougars. Now you get a good hold on P1. You gotta worry about the backside spawn, though. Look at number 6. That's Shuffy towards the back. Looking to anchor things down to make sure those spawns don't flip. Big Country as well, though, slaying on P1. He's taken care of now, and that's what you can call a 4 down in the feed for absolutely nothing. University of Illinois, they find their way back in. Now it's only 15 points to the win. Mata on the hill, taking care of business, trying to do everything that he can. Shuffy, though, for the trade on in. University of Illinois, 11 points. Cougars, they break on in. You just got to play this one slow. Play it careful if you're Illinois. Make sure you lock in those spawns. You can even try to win it here. Eggsy looking to work with his team to try to get this one locked in. He does exactly that. Big Country taking care of towards the front side. It's only just a few moments before Cougars can't get there any longer, and that is going to be map number 1. University of Illinois, they take care of business on P1 there towards the back half.
Man, I mean, they take care of business, but it was not an easy day at work, man. 250 to 222. What a first hardpoint match we just saw. Slow-mo out here with our play of the game. Beautiful hit shots. Yo, we need to get a PC check on this guy. I mean, 18 and 28. Not the greatest KD, but the shots right there were good. I mean, Big Country, though, definitely our guy to look at right there. 36 and 20. The man for the side of the Cougars there. He was doing everything he could, but nonetheless, it all goes the way of Illinois there on map 1, 250, 222. And what a map 1 that is, and that just shows you how mixy Fortress can get, how important those kills are. And, you know, now we're heading into an S&D. Things are going to slow down a bit. Everything's going to, you know, it almost feels like we're going to go into slow-mo from how mixy that hard point was. I mean, it just seemed like every time we looked at the kill feed, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. You couldn't follow it hardly at all. And Illinois somehow squeaks away with that win.
Yeah, you know, I think when you look at the way that that one played out, I'm honestly surprised that it was as close as it was, because you saw Illinois have that massive lead, and then you get a few good rotations. If you're Cougars, you get a few good breaks, and you really inch up on it. You start to make it close. So I'm looking for that to continue as we move forward to other respawns if they want to have a chance in the series. But Illinois, a good map number 1. Maybe a few mistakes, a few falters in order to end up making that as close as it was. But now we move on towards Asilo for S&D, and this is where things are going to get real interesting. Is that slowdown going to be what the Cougars need in order to tie this series up, or is Illinois just going to steamroll here, considering the momentum that they just got from that win? You can see that they were pretty confident, but not overconfident after that map number 1 in the cams. So we'll see how things go, but I think nonetheless, this is definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah, and I think both teams know that it's going to be a long series, right? I think Illinois know that was a very, very tough hard point. Like we said before the series, both of these teams were virtually equal on day 1, both going 2-1, both having 5-2 map counts. You know, so this was a toss-up game for both of us, right? And now Illinois does get that 1-0 lead up heading into S&D. If they win it here, though, and go up 2-0, it could be such a detrimental thing, because after that, we're heading into Fortress control. We know how it is on that map, and you do not want to find yourself down in the 0-2 and having to rely on that map to start your reverse sweep is not the position you want to be in. I mean, it's just going to be crazy. I mean, from that first map, honestly, I don't know who I'd pick in this S&D, man.
I don't know who I'd pick either. I think, you know, you look at a player that has pop-off potential. I look at Big Country from that Cougars side. I think that he really has the ability to turn up in those maps, and especially on a mode like S&D, if that's going to transition into First Bloods on an individual level and basis, that's going to be really, really, really big for that team. So I want to see him really, really come out on an individual level, get those First Bloods, lock things down, because I know that he can. If everything's on the same wavelength as a team, that should transition from a First Blood really, really well.
Yeah, man, and dude, it's just so exciting, right, man? Here at the Game Arena CoD, Collegiate LAN, dude, and all of these teams not only competing for that trophy, but that big cash prize as well. And right now, we got the Southern Illinois Cougars taking on the University of Illinois. Sorry, 1-0 up Illinois, and heading in to look at some of our other ones, man. If we could look at that bracket again, that would be great. There's so many good matches here on the cards, on the docket, if you will, for today. That University of Michigan versus the Akron Zips esports match down there. Our personal dark horse with the Western University having to take on Ohio State in that first round, man. And then obviously the favorites, I think everybody's favorites, the St. Clair Saints heading up against Newberry Esports, which is a very interesting match for me, man. I mean, that's a toss-up as well. Newberry, if they come out and, upset the St. Clair Saints, send them down to the losers bracket in round one, what a tournament this would be if the St. Clair Saints have to make a losers bracket run.
Yeah, I mean, St. Clair Saints getting a losers bracket run would be really impressive, but it'd also be kind of daunting to see on the bracket considering they were that number 1 seed. So we'll see how things go in that department. But, I think at this point, St. Clair Saints, they still look good. I am very curious to see how that match number 1 goes, because if it does not go well, we know how difficult it is to lose that or to win that many matches in a row in the losers bracket. So we'll see what they're able to do. But nonetheless, current matchup, Cougars, University of Illinois. Illinois map number 1. We'll see if they can line it up for the second as we get ready to load in here to Asilo Search and Destroy. As the Cougars, I mean, they brought that one back. They had it close. We'll see if they're able to do the same thing here in S&D.
Yeah, and that could just be, it's the first match of the day. It's Championship Sunday. You might have a little bit of jitters, and they start off a little slow. And as that game progresses, you see they start to find more success. And I honestly think they win the last half of that map. Heading into this S&D, let's see if they can kind of carry that last half map momentum into this map too.
Well, already off the bat, Cougars, a strong A push coming through. Anchor with that bomb in hand, looking to find whatever opening he may find. XC now towards Couch as well, able to try to find that first blood would be super massive, as Shuffy as well going to do exactly that. That's going to be main advantage over to the side of Illinois now off the bat. Cougars looking to organize for a trade though. That's Tommy lying in wait behind the door here. Anchor looking to line up one as well. Beautiful shots towards the top. What was that? It's going to be a 3-3 now as the pressure's starting to mount on the site. A shell out. Oh my goodness. Able to find one. Gets taken down. That's going to be Exy.
The lineup was there though. And now Tommy goes down. A 2v1 situation here. Scuffy, the only one to stand between the Cougars and getting that round 1. What's the play here? Scuffy jumps right in. Can he take the bomb planner out? A beautiful snake from Anchor around the bomb and gets the beautiful one-on-one Chow win and gets the SIU Cougars that first round. Beautiful snakes out of Anchor right here. And look at the shots as well, Epiphany. Not bad. 2-0 out of Anchor in that first round. And now switching sides here. A good momentum, though, for the Cougars there to get that round 1. D-Day and Anchor especially showing out there.
Cougars, a good start here. We'll see if that's going to continue. University of Illinois now on that attacking side. Maybe that's where they feel more favorable on this map. A big first blood would obviously be super influential here in the round. As Exy looks to creep up on the site, bomb in hand, slow-mo just laying behind the door, able to find one, taken down though in the end, and Exy now gonna have to do a quick dive on back towards Pool. It's kind of ironic when you think about it, but nonetheless, D-Day now. Trying to make a wrap. Pool. Exactly. Able to get some shots into one here. Big Country Ooh. Now, though, with the pinch, able to take care of business. That's going to be all up to Shuffy now for the side of Illinois.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Cougars just having themselves a game right here so far. Out on this map, too. And Scuffy again left in an unfavorable situation. And look at the control right here. You got one guy laying an alley, one guy completely on the A-bomb. One guy watching the back pool, and I believe they have the bomb down as well. I mean, this is an impossible task here for Scuffy. Maybe just trying to get one kill here. He's got the sniper out as well.
Too, yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is impossible. Go ahead, chalk it up. SIU Cougars going to be taking a 2-0 lead here in our map 2. Obviously, if you're just joining us, they are down 1-0 in the series, so winning this map, especially when we're going to have to head into Fortress Control next, so big to tie things up in this series and really make that swing map a little bit more favorable rather than having your back completely up against the wall here. I mean, they're playing really well. You see D-Day 3-0 start, Anchor a 2-0 start. Tommy and Mata on the University of Illinois still struggling right now. A little bit of a donut shop this early morning. And right now, a donut as well on the side of the University of Illinois. 2-0 for the Cougars right now. Bomb in hand here, looking possibly to hit this A site. Already Big Country continuing his momentum from the last map, and that was really the guy that we were looking at heading into this one, Epiphany. I think both of us were kind of excited when we saw Big Country up on the docket. Mata does take out D-Day, though, to even things up 3-3. Mata on a Deddy as well. Could possibly get up in the back area here. I thought he might have hit a wrap there, Epiphany. Maybe a little bit too slow of a play here. Still 50 seconds to work with, though, for the Cougars.
Yeah, Big Country able to get that first blood, and then Mata, a massive trade comes through. Now Shuffy able to line up for the next one. It's going to be a 3-2 man advantage here for the side of Illinois. As Anchor lurking towards that door. He's going to peek things out. A nice shoulder, though. Not going to expose himself.
Beautiful
Slow-mo
plays.
gets the wrap around the side. That's going to be control of the A site now. As that is going to be University of Illinois. Feeling like they're on the back foot, though. Mata able to line things up onto Anchor. It's a 2 versus 1. Slow-mo the last man up for the Cougars here, and this is such a big round for University of Illinois. One of them drops, though. Shuffy gonna hit the dust. Now up to Mata. Now 1 versus 1. That bomb gonna get planted here. Slow-mo. As he's gonna run out that backside. Completely hurt, though, but you missed the shots. That one has got to sting. Cougars up 3-0.
You give away the 3v2 and the 2v1. Slow-mo with a beautiful reaction time there on... I mean, you just can't lose those. You're up 3v2 in lives. You're up 2v1 in lives. And to lose that one is definitely going to be in the back of their minds. That's the difference between this being 2-1 and now 3-0. For the SIU Cougars. Beautiful shots, though, out of slow-mo. Nothing you can say from him. It was a beautiful 1v2 situation, and he handled it really well. And now for the side of University of Illinois, they have got to find something, right, Epiphany? These guys are almost down and out. You lose this round, you might as well go ahead and send us right back to Fortress Map 3 because it's going to be a very hard comeback and a beautiful play. Oh my gosh, look at the info. Look at this play. He's watching all of them just run by him. Oh my goodness, he sees all of them run by. Now the shot's going to come out. Exy, he's not going to get any of them, but they have the info here for the Cougars. There they come. Slow-mo and Anchor taking out 2. Anchor might be able to find one more. I don't know if he knows there's a sniper hanging out right in fields. A shot from Tommy, though, back to even things up a little bit, but still a 3v2 advantage for the Cougars.
Illinois trying to make the push on forward. 1 towards field, 1 in A. Opportunity here for a pinch. Got to worry about number 2 in the deep back. It's Big Country just locking things down, so that's not going to allow you to really make too big of a round if any information gets through. But still, University of Illinois trying to find their way forward. Slow-mo wins the gunfight. Now Anchor spotting one in the back. A quick 2-piece. That is going to be Cougars with another one on the board. University of Illinois absolutely and assuredly struggling in search and destroy right now. As Anchor 4-1, absolutely finding his rhythm here in S&D. And University of Illinois, you got to find some way to switch things up here. You get some first bloods, but you just don't take advantage of them. It's time to turn those man advantages into round wins. We'll see how they do it here as we head towards round 5.
I mean, round 5, it's do or die time, right? You're down 4-0. You cannot lose this map. It is a must-win rounds from here on out. You can't find yourself down 5-0 here. Nades and stuns coming from everywhere right now. But so far, all 8 players still standing tall right now in the round. Tommy just peeking out this backside here. Slow-mo as well. I feel like everybody's so close to each other on the map there. I mean, you see on your minimap 2 and 7 basically right on top of each other.
Cougars, you gotta find something here.
You got to, man.
I mean, if you get that first blood, it is so big to find your way into the site. Tommy, though, able to draw it instead. Slow-mo able to find the trade, but Mata able to answer on back. Now Shuffy towards the backside, just trying to play his life. Tommy looking to find another one. I think he knows this player is towards the corner. Is he going to look, though? The shoulder going to allow him to stay alive. Now Mata in the site as well, looking to take care of business. Knows this player's in the corner. A good hit marker. This should be his win. There it is. Now all up to Slow-mo in the 1 versus 2. University of Illinois trying to get their first round on the board. Mata able to take care of it. And finally, Illinois, they find 1 round with a good amount of time to spare. A chaotic few moments there, but they're able to come out on top. Good communication, good effort. Maybe this is the start of a few rounds in their favor.
It's going to have to be if they want to find themselves up 2-0 in this series. If not, the Cougars would tie this up at 1 apiece heading into map 3. But like you said, a good mixy round. University of Illinois handles it well. Things start kind of hitting the fan a little bit there. We see Slow-mo again in that 1v2, and already having one of them earlier in the map, you couldn't doubt him to do it again. But the University of Illinois is going to hold him down there. Still 4-1 up, though, for the Cougars. They've had a dominant performance on this map, too. Can they continue that heading into round 6 here? Stuns, nades, everything flying out. Now the players are flying out as well. Slow-mo goes down. D-Day with a trade, though. Nade back into the A site. And now into a 3v3. That's Big Country down. That's also Anchor down. Now all up to D-Day in the 1v3. And Epiphany right now, the University of Illinois, looking to secure 2 rounds in a row. But here comes D-Day, taking out that first player. Can he find the second? He's got to deal with both of these players. He knows Xy's on site now. Stunned as well. Info there. He's going to make the chow. Xy will handle that beautifully. University of Illinois finding their 2nd round in a row, trying to make the comeback.
And Xy, a nice gunfight win here. You just tracked. And that's exactly what you needed. Line things up with your team. And now University of Illinois starting to make that comeback like you were talking about. I think it's really going to take some diversification in the plays that you decide to make here. So maybe that B push will come through, or you play to your strengths and just try to do a quick aggressive rush up through A, but I've just noticed that speed has increased. All right, Big Country, a team kill into Slow-mo. I don't know if there's a problem with the lobby or that was just honestly what happened.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure about that one, but University of Illinois now gonna have the man advantage by a hefty margin now, 4-2. As Xy able to line up for that one, 6-5 right now. By the way, gotta point that out, putting in the work for this squad. We'll see what Anchor's able to do towards the alley side in a vulnerable position. That's gonna be the pinch coming through. D-Day now the last man up again. A 1 versus 4. Pistol out in hand, trying to find his way through the backside. As he takes 1 shot in. Not enough just yet. Gonna just hold the nade here. Is he just gonna kill? All right, word. Okay. University of Illinois, another round on the board. Now within 1 of tying things up.
I mean, I don't really know what just happened there. I think he was also maybe trying to keep Xy off of the streak there, possibly. I'm trying to give him a little bit of benefit of a doubt. I honestly think that might have just been a chalked round. I mean, the team kill off the start of that, not sure what happened.
Not sure what the story is there.
I don't think that there was a lobby issue. I think that was a complete user error from the side of the SIU Cougars, and that's just not what you want to see. I mean, you're up 4-0. Now you look up at the scoreboard, 4-3. You're making team kills off the bat. How are you not checked? I mean, this is a bad situation. This is a really bad situation, especially with Xy starting to pick up 9-5 as well. Now with the man advantage, Scuffy does go down. The nade takes out Mata as well. Xy with a little bit of a tracking there. Just aiming at the door. This bomb does need to go down there. It's Tommy and Xy to try to complete 4 rounds in a row for the University of Illinois. If not, it would be put on map point for the Cougars here.
And how massive it would be if University of Illinois are able to lock this one down. 2 versus 3. A disadvantage, but you get that bomb down. It's going to wildly swing things into your favor here. Just got to play that defense. Now as Big Country, though, a massive kill to make the 3v1 advantage. If you're able to get it, though, when you're Illinois,
It's info on both those
of course,
players.
the other way around. An Anchor now just locking down Arcade. Exy able to find one. Anchor, though, in the corner, though. Able to find the kill. It's a 1 versus 2 for Exy. Not impossible. Not easy either, though, especially when you get pinched like that. Terrible timing for you. And that's going to be Cougars locking things down solidly to get themselves up 5-3.
But, I mean, a shaky 5-3 at that. I mean, up 4-0. Give up 3 rounds in a row. Things look to be lost a little bit right there. They don't start off great in this round either. But they handle it well. They win the 2v2 out. And now, map point for the SIU Cougars in this map 2. And Epiphany, it's a really big one here. We're about to head into Fortress Control next, obviously, here.
Oh,
now,
the blender.
The absolute blender. If you go down 2-0 into this, especially giving up the 5-3 comeback, I don't see how the Cougars would get out of that. However, if they win this round, take that momentum from the last half of the Hardpoint, take the momentum from this S&D and really put it into that swing map, they could find themselves up 2-1 heading into Hardpoint. But it all starts here. Can they close this out? 5-3. We know what people say about the 5-3 scoreline. Cruise missile coming in for slow-mo. Taking out Tommy there. That's a big, big first blood. Info as well on the rest of the team. Cougars looking to close this map out right here. They're done with the University of Illinois comeback. They're done with the team kills. They want to get this map done and dusted.
Illinois, what can you do? Exy able to find that first.
Oh!
Yeah, okay, that's the second right there. All right. Now Cougars trying to line something up over towards this B side, but Mata here on the pinch as well. Frontal pressure coming in from Illinois here as Big Country towards the backside. Gonna get taken down as well. Exy goes for the ace, finds them all in the round. You cannot make that up. University of Illinois, they are still in this.
This guy's 14-6. This guy is carrying the University of Illinois right now. Somebody help this man out. He is frying the ace in the do or die.
14-6.
Takes out Big Country. Hip fire shots around. All 4 players of the Cougars going down to this man right here. And now in a 5-4 scoreline, 2 rounds. The University of Illinois is trying to go up 2-0 in the series right now. The rest of Illinois, 10 kills. Exy himself, 14 in an S&D. This guy's been frying all map long. And look at this guy. He's not playing the back positions. He's not just holding back with an AR. This guy is getting mixy. He's firing in. Exy does get out, but 2 trades come both ways. And now into a 2v2 situation, a minute left. This could be for the map. Will it end right here, or will we see a round 11?
University of Illinois, all the pressure mounting upon them. Big Country, though, that could be a dagger of a kill. Mata, it is all up to you in the 1 versus 2. The bad part, you're on that attacking side. You also got to find a way to get that bomb and get it planted. And the coverage on it, definitely there by number 4.
Eddie.
As he works over towards that alley side. We'll see if he's able to find anything. 5 and 6 right now, trying to get that 6 on the board. It could be great timing. Yes, it is. You have that bomb. Now the next player.
Oh, no.
Around the corner. Oh, he has a knife, but it doesn't come through. Unfortunate timing right there. That one hurts without a doubt. But the Cougars, they're going to tie it up 1-1. Force that game number 4. And Big Country, I mean, that was so close. If he had come around that corner when that dead silence was popped, he probably would have got that knife kill, or, excuse me, in the process of him using it. But it just does not happen, and that's going to be Cougars taking that one.
I mean, it's almost like the story of the last map, right? I mean, we see the Cougars are the team that go down by 100 right there in the hard point and manage to pick it back up and make it a really mixy game. In this one, it's the University of Illinois. I mean, they go down 4-0 in this, end up making it 5-4, almost forcing the round 11. And in the end, like we said, I mean, COD timing, right? If it goes just 1 second either way there, that knife gets just plunged into Big Country. So it's just back and forth action, man. We knew that this one was going to be a coin toss at the start of it. It is proving to be that way. 1-1 heading into Fortress Control. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we know, right? We know exactly what we get with Fortress Control. If you're on offense, you're having a bad day. That's how it is, and that's how it's going to be until this map gets out of the pool. But we have to play it for right now. Epiphany, if you're on the side of the offense, is there anything you can do? What are the keys to success, if there are any? There are keys to success, but the car is broken down. It's not a great car, but there are some keys if you can win an offensive round. It's possible. We've seen it done. The improbable, though.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to get some ticks, try to lock in that defense for the round number 5. That's pretty much it. Get a big push moving over towards one part of that map, and maybe you're good to go. We'll see. Get some of that AR presence as well. Super big, but we'll see how it goes, Matt. I think we are going to toss it to a quick break when we get that next one ready. So that is how we're going to do this one right here. But nonetheless, guys, it'll be interesting to see who takes that advantage as we head into Control. We'll see you guys soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Collegiate COD LAN here at GA COD. My name is Epiphany, and I'm joined by my main man, Mr. Matt. It is time to get the rest of this series underway as we get ready to load into some Bagra Control. Welcome to the blender. Let's see who's going to come out on top.
I mean, the Bagra blender, right, man? I mean, we're back at it again. Fortress Control, everybody knows it. Everybody hates it, man. All the homies hate Fortress Control. Just kidding, man. But it is the map we have to play, and for the offensive side on this one, I hope you don't draw bad side on first, because if you do, you're going to probably get put in the blender almost immediately. Now, like we said, the keys to success on this one, ticks equal wins on the offensive side. You get more than 2 ticks on an offensive. Honestly, if you get 2 ticks on an offensive win, that can be detrimental heading into the final round. All about those ticks, and remember, you don't want to give away too many lives either, because it could come down to that as well. Both of these teams seemingly evenly matched. We have the SIU Cougars taking on the the University of Illinois. And man, it's been such a banger match, man. 250-222 on the hard point, 6-4 on S&D, and now here heading into Fortress Control.
Yeah, I think as we head into this one, I think overall, you look at the way that respawn was played by Illinois, I feel confident for them going into this. I think that they can do very, very well here, but in the end as well, I'm not sure if the momentum is really going to be in their favor, considering that they lost that search and destroy when they got pretty close still, in my opinion, when it came to the comeback. So we'll see how things go. I think University of Illinois, though, definitely potential to come out and be very, very strong in the respawns with some of those gunfights. So we'll see how things go. I think the X factor, though, too, for the side of the Cougars is slow-mo going to turn up? Because if that's the case, then it might be really quite competitive, actually.
Yeah, man, and it's got to be like the couple of guys to look for, right, man? We saw Exy as well, my kind of guy to look at from the last series, the University of Illinois. Man, he was doing everything. I think he ends 14-7, maybe 15-7 in that S&D. Crazy stat line out of him, and they still end up with the loss. Just needs a little bit more help in those S&Ds. But hey, they got the first hard point. Now you're heading back into 2 respawns in a row. You take both of these, you put them away 3-1, and you're looking good in the series. If not, though, you're going to be staring at a must-win hard point in map 4. It's a very, very interesting one. And maybe take a look at our map set here. I know that we got Mercado S&D as our last one, and I believe it's Hotel Hardpoint at that 4th map slot as well. So a very, very mixy couple of maps coming up right here. Gonna be interesting to see what happens, man. I'm so excited to hop into this one.
Yeah, I think this is where we will really see if Respawn is just Illinois' kind of shtick, like if that's their thing, or if it really came down to that map number 1. I mean, it is Bagra again. So that's kind of where it gets interesting. Is it going to be a story of Bagra being kind of the dominant one here, but hey, time to load into this one as University of Illinois. They look to find a way to go up here in the series. Cougars, though, looking to bring the fight to them here on Bagra.
And all day, every day on the Bagra, it looks like it's going to be the University of Illinois starting out on that defensive side. We got the face cams. This is Game Arena, Collegiate LAN. Let's get it going.
And now already the B push. Looking to come through in slow-mo. That guy is exactly who we were talking about. He needs to turn up. Opens up with a big two-piece. Shuffy, though, the same. Able to be there for the defense for Illinois as they look to deny the pressure from the Cougars early on. Mata, a nice pinch. Now only number one lurking over towards open. Should be taken care of, but Big Country still able to come out on top of that. That's going to be massive to the side of the Cougars if they get some of that momentum moving over towards that B site. Number 8 as well, looking to organize for the pinch on in. Still Blue in the kill feed, though, as Anchor trying to find his way out. No dice, though. Big Country eventually taken care of, and this is where the blunder initiates.
Yeah, it's a good initial push from the SIU Cougars. I mean, they were doing really well, but they just one by one go down, and now the spawn trap trying to be implemented here. Nade kills. Tommy finds one as well. Another nade kill, though, coming from Big Country there. 23-20 on lives right now. Big Country does find himself another one, so maybe the break on Owl, but Tommy's still playing in your top area, doing everything he can, but Big Country just cannot be stopped right now on the 3 streak. 5-1 to his name right now. Shots coming in, but he's going to get shot by Tommy right here in the back. Yeah, that's going to be Tommy going absolutely off on a 5 spree himself now. Only 16 seconds remain on this point. Exy takes him out. There's nothing that the Cougars can do. They cannot make it out of their spawn. Now, the rush to B site here. They do find the 2 dead. Epiphany, this might be the B push.
Very well could be University of Illinois. So far, so good on the defense. 4.8 seconds to go here, and Cougars, they cannot touch the point. No ticks on round number 1 for them. So, I mean, I guess right now the goal for them, make sure Illinois, they do the same progress and make sure that they get nothing going to keep things even for the round 5 implications, as Shuffy is the last one to draw blood on that round. But I mean, at this point, I think Illinois, maybe the plan's just going to be try to get a push going over towards A, just get a very, very quick, hefty 4 over towards that site, throw some bodies at it, get that 1 tick so you keep that advantage. We'll see what they decide to do off the bat here, as already you can see by the stats, Tommy starting off well, 6-2 for the side of University of Illinois. We'll see if he lines something else up. Shuffy the exact same, now trying to get that B push going. They're going big or go home. That's a big shoot to start things off, as we'll see if Anchor's going to continue to be the main man to keep the defense up. At University of Illinois, they have coverage. They are on. And Cougars, they're trying to find their way forward here, but still a difficult task. As D-Day doing everything he can. You get that tick going, though. Now maybe even the second, and already Illinois with the advantage because of that.
I was about to say, I mean, I think they actually are able to secure 2 ticks as well. That immediately gives them the win, at least in the tick department. Now, still an opportunity to do something here in this round, having the life advantage as well, but now the spawn trap starting to be implemented, going to be harder and harder to get out of your spawn. Scuffy goes down right there. We're seeing the kill cam starting to light up, but now Exy finds his way through. That's 2 from Big Country, though. Big Country through the backside here, looking for more. Finds it as well. Big Country trying to find a couple more, but nonetheless, University of Illinois still is in that tick department and is still pushing on to B right now.
The Cougars, solid defense. The University of Illinois is struggling to find a way on forward here. Shuffy, though, trying to be that main man to make a move here over towards Hay. Just got to wait for the team, though. Some of those kills, obviously so influential. That's the first one onto close. Can you take care of open? Yes, you can. Now you're finding your way over towards B. Your presence being absolutely known on the map. That's going to be a big 3 for Shuffy. Now on to the B site. No help, though, from his team. He's got to hold the front line here all alone. But he can do it all, I guess. Exy now there for the help. Shuffy doing everything for Illinois to secure that B site. Now possibly on the cards, the idea of locking down the offense all together. Shuffy, somebody needs to kill him. He's finally taken care of, but the damage is already done as Illinois, they continue to apply the pressure and make their attack hot.
I mean, they're not even thinking about ticks at this point. They're thinking about winning this round. They're only down 4 lives, a minute left. The A site, the easier of the two to capture. Anchor and Slow-Mo do combine for 2 there. Exy takes out Slow-Mo on the trade. But now D-Day starting to line up, and now the University of Illinois have no respawns remaining. Not going to probably be able to win this round. Would need an incredible 4 dead, an incredible push. Anchor takes 1, not the second, but only 3 lives remaining. But Epiphany, 4 ticks secured in this round. A beautiful, beautiful offensive round for the side of the Illinois right there. And you can't hate on that for real. That's a great round. I mean, you get 4 ticks.
It's daggers for sure, man. Like,
4
you can't let that happen.
No, you can't let 4 ticks go through, especially on the first round, and especially when you yourself get no ticks in that first round. Now all on to Scuffy. I don't think he's going to be able to complete the 1v6. A little bit of a nade. And that will be the end of that round. The Cougars take it. But nonetheless, I think that's honestly a win to the University of Illinois right there. Like we said, 4 ticks, you can't let that happen, especially when you go out there and put 0 up in your first one. Epiphany, even if they scored all 6 ticks right here, they'd only be up 2.
And it's that guy on your screen, right? Shuffy going absolutely hog wild for the squad. Doing everything to get that B site secured. Gets that extra minute on the clock, which allows them to get that extra tick on A. And that is just clinical gameplay from the side of University Illinois. As the Cougars, they are trying so hard to find something now on this offense. They need 4 ticks or more locked in if they want to try to match anything here. As the University of Illinois, they're looking to keep a solid and strong defense here. These kills so influential towards B. If you get them, you establish that blunder. It's only 1 player up in the corner, taken care of. And D-Day now on the front side, also going to bite the dust. University of Illinois, that is a strong opening. As Cougars, they're going to have a hard time getting out of this one.
And it's the same thing that happened in the first round, right? They came out looking good and immediately got thrown right off 4 dead in the feed. Now, I will say this kill feed has lit up a little bit red. They're going to go ahead and just push onto this A site, try to get one of these points capped. I like this play from the Cougars. They're just going to try to stack it, get it done with, and just get the ticks. They're down right now, and they need to come back up. But Scuffy with 2. Scuffy going to come back and get 3. Can he find more? Oh my goodness. Absolutely shreds them right off of the point. Every of the SIU Cougars goes down. Exy as well defending this B site. Scuffy 22 and 12 right now. Epiphany, this guy's popping off.
Cougars, they're able to find their way over towards that A site for a moment, but Exy here on the pinch, able to lock down 1, make that 2. But still, Big Country now on the hill, trying to just lock in the second tick here, but he gets taken care of, unfortunately, and Anchor, he can't get there because Mod is there with the defense. It was a good run to get 1 tick if you're Cougars, but that is not enough to match the 4 that Illinois have on the board. If you're not able to get this, then surely there is no way you get that defense for round number 5. And D-Day, he is here and on the point. But he has to do everything to lock it down, and that is just not going to happen. As the University of Illinois, they steamroll through another defense. Big Country now the last guy to come over towards this A site. Maybe this is something. Maybe this is momentum as Anchor now pushing things out, taken care of though. The cruise missile also going to come down as D-Day now the last man up, trying to get that last tick. Does that, but Exy takes care of him. This should be it. That should be the last to blow.
But look at this.
Cougars,
look at this. No respawns remaining. There's no respawns. No. There's no respawns remaining for either team. If they kill them all, they win this round.
Oh my goodness.
If they kill them all, they win this round. There's only 2 men standing for the University of Illinois. They could throw this round away. An offensive round right here could be stolen by the Cougars. 2v2 on lives.
No
55
way.
seconds. This is the longest round of S&D that you will ever see. There is no reason for either of these Illinois players to move a muscle right now. You let these people come to you. Big Country does take out Exy, and now all on Tamada to stand between the Cougars and an offensive round win on El Bagra. Madra gives a shot off. That's not what he wanted to do. You gotta have better trigger discipline there, but I don't think that they read this.
Oh my goodness.
Madra comes over the back with the shots. Good. The shots are shaky at best. Now there's no reason for the Cougars to move. They'll take these ticks. He runs on the point with a knife, and he goes down. What is happening? What is happening? The SIU Cougars have absolutely stolen a round away. Up 2-1 with defense up next. What is happening?
They don't have the ticks, but they have defense next. And that might be all you need if University of Illinois lose this map because of that blunder. Because they don't pay attention to the lives. It is going to hurt horribly. Cougars, somehow they take that. I have not seen that in a while. University of Illinois, you need to bring it all.
We've just been going back and forth, you know, so quickly. I didn't even realize the life count was that close. And you look up and all of a sudden it just becomes an S&D round. But here we go. We're hopping off quick. The University of Illinois rushing this B site absolutely fast and furious right now. And right now they're all just trying to take out this B point, but getting contested. Scuffy doing everything he can right now. 27 and 15. He's popping pieces, but for the side of Illinois right now, they give away their defensive round and now find themselves on a must-win offensive round on control just to force a round 5. Not the position you want to find yourself in. It's slow-mo, and the rest of the Cougars making it look easy here. 4 dead in the feed. Nothing that the University of Illinois can do. Completely spawn trapped. The chokehold, if you will, tightening around the neck of the University of Illinois. A team nade as well, and things are starting to go into the blender.
Dude, the fact that this could be a determinant of how the rest of the series goes because of possibly that 1-2 versus 2 is unbelievable to me. As University of Illinois, they are struggling to get out. They are down by 10 lives to make that 11, and D-Day is continuing to slay out as the Cougars, because of that clutch up, because of the mistake from Illinois, they have just won the control to go up 2-1, not what you expect from Bagra. And that is an absolute pain to see.
That's a breakdown.
My goodness, Cougars.
That's a breakdown.
Breaking them down, Illinois. I don't know how you come back from that one.
I mean, Illinois has an absolute breakdown. That is one of the biggest blunders that I have seen in a very, very long time. And
Wow.
You can see it on the face cams there. You can see just the disappointment in the University of Illinois face and a little bit of the surprise, right, from the SIU Cougars. I mean, they look a bit surprised that they actually come away with that one, and I think they should be a little bit surprised. I mean, they find themselves down. It's 1-1 heading into it. They have offense up next, and all of a sudden you look up and life say 4-4. All of a sudden 2-2. You lose one player. I don't agree with how he plays that 1v2 there, running at him with a knife. I don't know if he's just trying not to give away ticks there because they know that they're up, but banking on an offensive round. I mean, you're banking on an offensive round to just get you to the round 5. It's El Bagra. We know how little these offensive round comes, and we see what it takes for a team just to win offense. It has to come down to these life counts and 4v4s and 2v2s because that's the only way this offense really ever finds a round win. And that's exactly what happened. They put it together. They find the offensive round win. They just hold beautifully, setting up the spawn traps on defense in the next round. And the SIU Cougars find themselves in this series for the first time, 2-1, heading into our map 4. Epiphany, this has been a wild series, man. The Illinois rivalry has definitely proved to be a rivalry that's exciting, man. I mean, taking a look at our map pick, we're obviously going to be heading over to the Hotel Hardpoint, which for the side of the University of Illinois hopefully does prove like a little bit of help because they did win that first Hardpoint map on Fortress already. If they do win this one here and send us to a map 5, we will be heading to Mercado SND.
I mean, Hotel, right now, this is where you got to close it out if you're SIUE. you take down Illinois, it would be a massive, massive win going into that round number 2. Speaking of round number 2, there is an update, which I guess it's gone now. I thought I saw St. Clair here on our little cheat sheet, you know, getting that win in the winners round 1, but I don't see them there anymore. So I guess that is going to not be the case. Maybe we're still waiting on the result of that one. But I mean, Michigan, they did advance in that lower part, but that's obviously not who the Cougars would play. But we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, interesting matchup there. You know, Ohio State taking on Western as well, in that if Ohio State wins that, they would obviously set up the rematch against Michigan. You know, the big game between Ohio State and Michigan in the winners bracket could be big. You know, they played yesterday in pool play, and Ohio State does get the better of them in a 2-0 fashion. Again, that's a best of 3, and I'm sure Michigan would love to see them again in the winners bracket to get that best of 5 matchup with their rivals. Nonetheless, though, I mean, what a day of COD we got. March Madness, if you will, and it's been madness so far just in the first game, man. I mean, the SIU Cougars, number 11 in the country, taking on the University of Illinois, number 21 in the country. The in-state rivalry and Epiphany, it has proved nothing but excitement so far.
Completely right, and now we got to find a way to see if Illinois are going to push that game number 5. The mental definitely a bit chalked after that Bagra control, but they're trying to lock in. You can see the communication coming through on the top side there, but Cougars, all on you right now. Just lock this one down. Find a way to get this one closed out 3-1 here after suffering a map 1 loss. As Cougars now just trying to find this one. University of Illinois looking to hit from the front side. Exy, the big opening kill, but Cougars looking to respond the same. Illinois trying to get some of that P1 time here. Favorable spawn for the side of the Cougars. They're just trying to keep these ones strong, and red through the kill feed going to indicate that they're doing exactly that.
I mean, they're doing a beautiful job right here, you know, just trying to lock down these P2 spawns. Now you'll see that Scuffy trying to go around this backside. That's all 4 players going for those P2 spawns. I love this out of the University of Illinois. Scuffy's going to find 2 on rotation. A third coming in from Tommy as well. Lock it down, write it up, and send it out. That is going to be P2 spawns to the way of the University of Illinois. But the push from the Cougars.
The Cougars making their way on forward. University of Illinois, though, they do have those spawns. Of course, they have that rotation locked in. And so far, the kills, they're going in the favor of the Cougars. So that's going to be maybe what they need to get the break on. But Mata still defending in the corner. Now Cougars trying to find their way forward. They are here. They are in. University of Illinois still here for the contest, though. It's Exy trying to lock this one down. Watch out, and Recepto take care of players. There, you're good. As Cougars now trying to find their way on forward, but Mata maybe with the knife. Maybe the same mistake he made last time around in the control to have that knife out there, but University of Illinois, that's a big set of kills in order to lock down that last 20. That's going to extend your margin a bit here. As now, Kitchen going to be where we are for the rotation, where Cougars looking to be set up.
Cougars have a really good rotation here. All 4 players rotating was one thing that I noticed in the first map that they didn't do a great job of doing, was having more than one player hit the rotates. It does look like they've had a little bit of a better start to this hardpoint match, despite being down about 30 here, but we know how good this kitchen hardpoint can be if you can hold the full 60, and we'll see if they can also chain it into that P4. But here we go. The break coming in from the University of Illinois. Exy in first. He was on the 5-3 before he gets taken down right there. Tommy goes down as well. 3 dead in the feed. Beautiful stuff out of the SIU Cougars. 59-46, and right now making the comeback are the Cougars, trying to find themselves. They've still got a lot of time left on this hardpoint Epiphany to do some work, and as well, it is all red in the kill feed. Big country giving it to them right there. Yeehaw, man.
As the Cougars, so far so good here on the hill. Anchor going to drop eventually. Big country, the last man up to try to find the kills. As I mean, this is the entire story of this hill. It's just stakes every time around. Eventually, the gunfight going to go down in the last few seconds for Illinois, but we are at 65-65 going into P4 here as Exy is looking to lock this one down with the rest of the boys, and Cougars now trying to break from the front side here. As Shuffy, though, locking down the back. going to be Cougars now finding their way through Spa, through that backside, through Recep as well. The pressure starting to mount as Red goes through the feed. Tommy now the last man up immediately by the hill. Now Exy next in line as he's looking to find his way forward. Not quite able to do enough. As Illinois, though, they do find their way back on in. They find the kills. So far, Cougars, they're looking to lock this one down, but now Anchor from the stairs is able to find one. It's going to be Illinois finding the answer back again. The pendulum swings continuously on this P4. We know how mixy it is. As Illinois, they look to lock down the last remaining seconds. Now we got to think about rotation.
I mean, what do we love to say, man? This is that tennis ball action, that back and forth. This is absolutely nuts between these two Illinois schools. 90 to 88 heading into the restaurant. Let's see whose reservations coming up first. So far, the University of Illinois are here locked and they're ready to eat. D-Day taking out Scuffy. Exy with a trade back. Big Country and Anchor find two, but Tommy coming through this back freezer to find one more. Vacant hill time right now, jumped on by the Cougars, 100 to 91, and the Cougars looking to implement a lead change. This has been the mixiest map we've seen between these two teams. Right now, though, the Cougars holding strong. Scuffy trying to get one onto slow-mo, does find it. Mata trying to push this point, can't find one. Anchor finds two. Big Country goes down. D-Day, though, with the cleanup. Beautiful trades executed out of the SIU Cougars. They'll take the last 18 seconds of this scrap, bearing any last-second push from the University of Illinois, but you've got to be thinking about these back patio spawns. Slow-mo does take out one there on the Mata. Now the Cougars looking to hit this early rotation, but look on those back stairs. Big Country doesn't know that there's one lurking right behind him, I believe. That's Scuffy. Oh, there he is with the first one. Can he do any more damage right here?
Big Country going to drop two. Shuffy putting in good work towards the backside. This is going to be the break from the front, though, for Anchor. Just kidding. Mata able to take him down. University of Illinois. That is a solid and good rotation to try to get right back in this one and possibly even take that lead. It can be done right here. As the Cougars, they look to make the push towards the top side. Exy on the hill, but Big Country as well towards the backside. That's going to be a vacant hill now. As the Cougars, they look to find their way forward. It's only Shuffy on the hill. Now Shuffy in the dirt on the ground. Nothing more he can do as Big Country continues to fry. It's going to be Cougars getting an effective break onto this one as the University of Illinois, they're starting to struggle a little bit in this hard point. We'll see how they get back into things. The last 8 or so seconds going to be going for them, but now that rotation over towards P1 looking to be locked down as number 1, number 7 going to be in a big gunfight. That's Tommy trying to stay alive. As number 1 does drop, that's Anchor. It's going to be a battle for P1 here and for the spawns for P2. Mata, though, going to drop. Slow-mo goes big for 2. Shuffy with the response as the return. Going to be a vacant hill for both teams, though. We'll see who's able to get in first as Tommy looking to find the kills. Slay on out. Cougars with the time. Now Tommy trying to find his way on forward. Kills going red, though, as Big Country finds the kill with the trophy system. The University of Illinois, they're trying to find their way on in.
Hey man, in the country, you know, they say you got to get it done however you can get it done. You know, trophies, nades, whatever you got to use. And he's going to try there, but the University of Illinois, like you said, going to try to guard this last bit of 20 seconds here and try to rotate around for the hill time. That is Scuffy getting killed off the point, so that actually 15 seconds, that's big to go the way of the Cougars. That's a little bit of time that I don't know if the University of Illinois wants to completely give away, but they got to think about P2 here. Being down almost 30, they do find their way back on that point, but this is going to be a big rotation and a big swing hill. If the Cougars are able to break this and hold down some really good time, it could be huge from them. I love the trophy placement right in here. No nade's going to be able to go through there, right back in Big Country's face. That's a beautiful trophy system placed by the University of Illinois, doing their homework on the hotel map. So far, all the kills coming the way of University of Illinois, and they're right back in this thing. The Fighting Illinois are fighting their way back right now. And so far, so good on this P2. A perfect first half. All 30 seconds going the way of the Illinois, and now you gotta start thinking about those P3 rotations over to the kitchen and look at your minimap. That's all 4 red arrows starting to rotate their way, checking corners to make sure. Don't worry, boys, you've got the whole site to yourselves.
The University of Illinois, they've found that lead once more. It seems they keep things competitive at Hardpoint time and time again, as Shufi, the one holding the hill for that scrap time, going to be so big. As now, they're going to be forced to break on the rotation. Cougars, they are here and set up You want to hold as much time on Kitchen as possible. It's a difficult hill to break, but we'll see if Illinois can do it. XE looking to find his way in. A beautiful kill. Mata, the next one to line up, but 2 in response come from the Cougars. Make that 3. Make that all 4. Down quick compensation comes through. Illinois, it felt like they got close there, but completely denied entry.
But Mata, look at this play. He was right on the back of him. It does take out 1. Is he going to be able to find the second? Yes, he will. Looking for the 3rd. Not quite. That'll be XE, though. It picks up his trade and finds the 2nd as well. That's a big 25 to go the way of Illinois. But they could cross the 200-point margin. But no, that's Big Country right back in. XE, he gets red, though. Big Country beautifully taking this scrap, looking to actually put the Cougars over the 200-point mark. Tommy right back at him. That will be the 200-point mark crossed for the University of Illinois, but right now it's all about this P4. 204 to 189. This is a do or die map. If the University of Illinois loses here, they get dropped down into the losers bracket. If not, map 5, Mercado S&D, here we come. All this P4, Anchor's doing everything right now. Bad time to throw your nade. CoD timing gets the better of him right there. 204, 197, vacant hill of right now. Cougars back on it.
Game 5 beckoning, question mark? We'll see. As Cougars, they look to find their way in. Big Country, that's a big 2-piece to kick things off. As the University of Illinois, they look to lock down Recep. Shuki trying to find his opening. Gotta wait for the team, though. Gotta play this one careful and slow. Neither team can win it here. It's gonna come down to that restaurant hill, but the time here is going to matter. Absolutely. As University of Illinois, they do find their way in, but look at number 8, looking to find that rotation. Mata,
1 versus 8.
It's going to be that last few
1 versus
seconds.
8. This is the biggest kill.
8 versus 1, the biggest kill of the game happening right now as Anchor looks to lock it down. Shufi, a big kill over towards D-Day. As Tommy as well, lining up for the same, but Slow-Mo, he is here. The Cougars, they have the rotation. They can win it all right now. University of Illinois, you got to find the answer. XE doing exactly that, able to find the kill. Now Mata, the next one lined up. As 45 seconds remain on the clock, University of Illinois, they find their way in.
Yeah, it's a really, really big start to that hill, though. Already at that 230 mark, they've done good to get themselves a little bit of a lead. They have time to set up a good break here. Contested hill. Now the Cougars do find their way on in. 234 left. They only need 15 seconds.
Pinching.
The pinch is set, and they're in. They're in. The University of Illinois says clean house here. Almost 4 dead in the feed. 1 more to deal with. It's Big Country. He goes down. I do not believe, though, that they can win it on this hill. Nope. They would need 20 seconds. They have to start thinking about those rotations. They do kill them now. The Cougars can't win it on this hill either. It's all going to be on to that patio hill. Look at your mini-map here. The rotations. It's a great rotations. It is a great rotation from the SIU Cougars. They have 3 players all watching these rotational kills. 1 does go down, though. You have 1 and 3 left. Can they make the plays on the kill? That's Anchor. 5 seconds left. Needed 3 dead in the feed. 1 last player to deal with, and he's got him as well. The SIU Cougars take the series 3 maps in a row and send the University of Illinois to the losers bracket.
Oh man, I love moments like that. You start to really get the heart pumping and the blood flowing. As it all came down to an intense 3 hills, P4, big time going for both teams. Then you look at restaurants, some contests go through, dominant showings out of both teams there. But then it all comes down to the rotation. This is a game of calculations, and that is exactly what Cougars did. They found that calculation. They got there in time, and you just did not have enough buffer room if you were Illinois. You could not get there in time because you had to play for that old hill. Otherwise, Cougars would get that front side break and just win it there. So you really didn't have that much time to get something going. And that is how a game like that is going to end. As Cougars, they will take it away. University of Illinois not going to find the answer this time around. Round number 2 for the Cougars in the winners bracket.
I mean, what a play out of them, man. I mean, like you said, it was definitely a coin toss heading into this series, and what a series, what a rivalry. That, I mean, if there wasn't one, there is definitely one now. That was an amazing series. Taking a look back, 250-222, that was the SIU Cougars losing that first map, but then firing off 3 straight in a row, 6-4 in S&D, 3-1 in control, and 250-241 in the last hard point on that hotel. What a series that was, and I don't think that that is the last that we've seen of the University of Illinois. They are going down to the losers bracket, but nonetheless, they still have a chance to make that run. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot more CoD coming up on the docket next.